Luigi and Baby Mario, let's go! Yahoo! Hi! Thank you guys so much for coming out here. This is such a great place. I'm having such a great time at Wizard World Comic-Con here in Des Moines. Are you guys all from Des Moines? It's such a great city. I took a walk from the hotel, you know, to one river side there, and then across to the other side, and then up to the Capitol, and it's just so great. What a beautiful city. Wonderful, you know, look, walking by, you see the people's windows in their offices, and then it's a beautiful city, wonderful university. Hello? Oh, and it's so great to be here, you know, at Wizard World Comic-Con. So, and I always want to start by saying thank you so much, because of your joy and passion for video games, people like me get to come out and meet you and come to wonderful places like this. So thank you very much for playing my games. Woo! Number one.
Woo!
Really, you know, it's very humbling because, you know, when the average electrician doesn't get to hear from everybody, oh wow, you know, thank you so much. You made an electric plug. Every time I wanted toast in the morning, I got toast from the toaster. But I walk in there, people make video games, and at Nintendo there's this huge passion and joy and love for games. Everybody there plays video games, right? So they have this love and passion and joy for games. They all make great video games. They make it for years it takes to make a game or a new platform or to conceive a great idea, like taking something from single to moving screen to 3 dimensions to make it so every time you turn one or another there's life and something new and something creative and something more adding to the fun and then hiding the surprises, you know, all this stuff happens, and then I come in for a 4-hour session here and there and I go, woohoo, here we go, okie dokie, oh, mamma mia, help, you know, and you know, I get the recognition for that, but thanks to Nintendo and thanks for their tremendous loyalty to me and the wonderful gifts from Mr. Miyamoto and the whole creative teams over and over and over and over and over again, every year, you know, I just never know what's going to come next, and I walk in the studio one day and there's this character, Luigi, you know, and it's like, oh, put a voice to that, and you know, one day there's Wario, you know, put something to that, and I just get to do these gift after gift after gift, and I play games, I love video games, I'm not very good at them, but I can always get to the level where I find out the princess is not in this castle. That much I know. So, and it's so funny because when I travel, I love to travel, so I see castles and I always look and I go, the princess is not in this castle. You know, it's just like it's a running joke. Because I live these characters, you know, day and night. I love... There's somebody over there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Who are you? She's the interpreter for today. Woohoo! Thank you. I'm gonna run over applause for interpreter for today. Thank you. That's so great, you know, Wizard World. I love Wizard World. They're so great to provide somebody here like this, to make this. Don't you feel like it's a wonderful environment? It's safe, it's fun. I was on an interview show this morning, and they said, what's your favorite part about the show? And it's like, I couldn't say enough, because it's like, I love people dressing up. I love meeting fans. I love the environment of safety and security, and I love the way people interact and play together. And you guys can meet friends for life right here. So I just think this is just the best place in the whole wide world. So thank you also, Wizard World Comic-Con, for having me here. It's such a joy. Yeah, yay, Wizard World! Woohoo! Right? It's really fun. I always wish, and I'll start this way and end this way, I wish for everybody that you have a life like mine. Because, not exactly like mine, but I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do in life, but I knew I wanted to be happy. And that was the single motivating factor for my doing everything I ever did, which I stumbled backwards into everything. I had no intention of being an actor, I had no intention of doing voiceover or videos or anything like that, but it happened one thing after another for me, and the one thing was I just wanted to be happy and to express in my work the joy that I have for life and the gratitude that I have for life. So that's what I wish for everybody, is that you do what you love to do in life, that you follow your heart and you explore your passions, and you build this dream called your life. Because I'm 60 now and I realize I still feel like I'm 22, but life goes so fast. So you better have as much fun as you possibly can along the way and learn the lessons along the way, which is love and be loved, be grateful, and create things to be grateful about for other people. So I'm just so lucky that I get to do something so joyful for me, and that people get to, that I get to see that people enjoy it. So thank you very much. My wish for you is that same thing, because life is just like a video game. You know? It really is. You sort of like, you wake up in the morning and you decide who your character is. You know, sometimes for me, my good morning for me is dun 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 dun, here we go, you know. Bad morning for me is, I dropped the coffee again, come on, you know, or why does this happen to me all the time, you know. So everybody has those. I'm not certainly, I'm just a guy, you know, that's what I can say. I'm just a guy. I'm lucky, 25 years doing the voice of Mario. And, you know, so but it is like a game. You wake up, you choose your hero, and you go into your game, and you respond to the reaction, you react to the things as they happen to you, one after another, and eventually you do this day in and day out, and your character develops, and by the end you've created your own destiny, and it turns out that you're the hero of your own voyage. So my wish is for everyone to live the hero's journey and have fun like in a video game, and remember that we're all human beings. You know, it's such an easy thing to forget when you see the news how dangerous life is, but how wonderful life is that we all get to be here in places like this and play and have fun. I start to say, I never had the slightest clue. What's that? Hello. It's me, Mud. Who's that? Hi. Hi, buddy. Whoopee! Can everybody say that for me? Say, woohoo!
Woohoo!
Number one!
Number one!
How about, here we go! Yahoo!
Here we go! Yahoo!
You're so great, thank you. So where was I? Oh I had no idea I was ever going to be an actor. I was going to be a lawyer. I was at UC Berkeley studying political science, and the teacher that I fell in love with had an exam, and the exam was like, it was so great. It was like, what's the nature of man according to Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, Voltaire, etc. Is it okay if I talk that fast? Is it? Holy cow! I can't even keep up with myself. But you're doing it. Wow. Thanks. Would you come with me everywhere today? Yay! Woo! So, you know, what's the nature of man according to these, you know, theorists, and what's the nature of man according to you? And when it was the first time anybody ever asked me to think, and I just exploded with joy, and I fell in love with this professor. And then I'm going to my senior year, my thesis time. I can't wait to do this, and I couldn't get a single class with him. So being the brat that I am, I said, if I can't have a class with you, I'm leaving. And I left. And a friend of mine said, well, since you've got free time, why don't you take an acting class from me? And I said, Les, there is absolutely no way I could ever stand in front of people. I was the sort of person that if there were 3 people in the room, I'd walk in and be like, you wouldn't see that I was there. And if there was a 3-person conversation, I'd sit there. The whole time. So, you know, I said, Les, there's no way, I could never, thank you, but I could never, I mean, it's very, thank you, but I could never. He goes, well, if you want, you could, the class is right after lunch. You could just come with me to the cafeteria. We have a student training program to be chefs, and you could have lunch. Lunch? And then go to class? Yeah, you don't have to do anything, just come to class. Lunch. So, long story long, I went to his class, and I started studying acting, you know, and you get this, you know, when you're a young actor, you get this Spoon River anthology sort of monologue sort of thing. It was like, you know, my name is Joe, I died a terrible death in a fire in the warehouse, and that was terrible as I cried. Yeah, see, that's to see if you have this dramatic persona, right? This is not my sort of thing. I'm the sort of person, if I sing a sad song, people laugh and fall over dying, laughing. So, I sort of did my job to memorize the lines, but I still thought I would just hide in the back and no one would ever call me. And I went through person after person after person all the way to the very end, and I'm like, well, for sure, I'm not going to get it, but I was still sweating, and all of a sudden I heard, well, Charles, you're up. And I'm like, Les, what are you talking about? I'm up. And I walk up there, and I'm sure I'm walking up, and I guess, oh gosh, you know, I get there, and I'm like, hello, my name is Joe. I died a terrible death, right? And this leg is shaking like this, and I'm like, oh, my leg's shaking. I put my weight on it, and then this one started shaking like this. Okay, separate your legs evenly and put your weight evenly on them. And I put them like this, and they're both like this. And I'm sure that you're hearing, and I don't know what I said. I just blabbered through somehow, and I got to the end, and I'm like, I was sure I was going to be dead, but I wasn't. I was still alive. And people went, oh, well, that was great. You know, I don't know how, but somehow you were the only person who wasn't nervous. Right? And I'm like, oh, you're out of your mind. And then I don't know, I just kept doing them. I just kept doing some acting because that inspired me enough. And I went out and I auditioned for Midsummer Night's Dream to play Oberon, the lead, you know, there lies Titania sometime of the night, you know. And I thought, well, I'll go to this audition. I went and I did the audition.
Let her watch.
I watched everybody else.
Watch him.
I knew I was the best. I called Les. I said, Les,
why can't she watch?
I'm sure I got it. I was the best. He goes, don't count your chickens before they hatch because you can never tell in college theater. And sure enough, I walk up the casting board and it's like, where am I? Oberon? No. I wasn't holding the stick on the side. I wasn't writing letters. I was doing nothing. And that set the fire, the failure complete, actually set the fire in me to be an actor. And from that, when Berkeley Rep came around and finally they did this audition, a professional theater company, I auditioned with Oberon because I knew I was right, and I got the job. And that started me on acting. And then I didn't have a clue what I did theater for 10 years, and then somebody called me up and said, hey, you want to do a corporate video? And I said, what's a corporate video? It's a video that's corporate. Oh, what do I do? I mean, as an actor? Yeah, you act. Oh, okay, I'm gonna do that. So I went and I did this corporate video, and I got like the first 10, so suddenly I'm a corporate video actor. And one day I'm doing this commercial for Orchard Supply Hardware, holding the pitchfork with my wife there next to me in the barn, American Gothic, and I'm sitting there doing that thing, I'm like, that's the acting that I did. And I did this acting, and the director goes, well, that was great. Do you do voiceover? And I said, of course. What's a voiceover? It's a voice that you put over the copy there. And he gives me the copy of Orchard Supply Hardware, the right item at the right price, right now. He goes, right, here's some more money. I'm a voice actor! Yay! So that was the beginning of my voice acting career. And there I was for the Mario thing. I've been doing voiceover and some trade shows and stuff like that. And a friend of mine calls me up. I'm doing what most actors do. I'm sitting on the beach, reading a book, and playing crossword puzzles and stuff, and waiting for the phone to ring. And the phone rang, and it was a friend of mine. He said, you should go to this audition. You should crash it because it's for a trade show in Las Vegas. I said, I'm a professional actor. There is no way I would ever crash an audition. What could be more humiliating than being told, no, you can't come in? Where should I go? And I have absolutely no idea why, but I went to this audition late. I got there, cameraman and the director were walking out as I was walking in. Hi, can I read this? And the guy looks at me and goes, all right, come on in. We'll set the camera up. You're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn, so make up a voice. You're a character in a video game for this Nintendo company, so you're going to be wearing these things glued to your face that will track your movement, that will go through a supercomputer so that Mario can talk to people in real time. Now, we have absolutely no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm not going to pay you to do nothing. So you're going to have to talk to people all day. So make up a voice, make up a video game, start talking, and whenever you run out of things to say, that's your audition. So I'm thinking to myself, I don't know anything about video games. Nothing. I mean, I play, pong, pong, and wacka, 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 and then tick, 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 and I was like, I had done that. And I said, well, I'll just make something up. And, Italian plumber from Brooklyn, get out of my face, I'm wicked here. Why do you bother me for? Get out of here. I'm thinking, well, I don't want to do that for 8 hours a day. I want to do something nice and fun. Besides, if it's a game, a game should be fun. So I do something fun. And I'm thinking about that, and all of a sudden I hear action. I said, hello, I'm a Mario. Okie dokie, let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some sausage, I go get some spaghetti. We're gonna put spaghetti and sausage in the pizza. And then, I'm gonna chase you the pizza. And if I catch you the pizza, you gotta eat the pizza, then you gotta make a pizza and chase me with the pizza. Then we're gonna make a lasagna. And I'm convinced thoroughly that the director's gonna go, yeah, thank you, next. But he doesn't, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, being the brat that I am, well, okay, I'll keep going. And then we're gonna get in a kitchen sink and right down the hill, and we get to the bottom of the hill, then we're gonna make a tortellini, and we're gonna chase the tortellini back up the hill, and then you're gonna eat the tortellini, and then we're gonna make spaghetti meatball, And I just kept going and going and going and going and going and going. I'm like, well, this was just so fun, I'll just keep going and having fun. And then we're gonna go over there, and then we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do, and all of a sudden I heard, stop talking. Cut. There's no more tape. Thank you. We'll be in touch. And to me, like the actors, that's like the kiss of death, right? It's like, there's the door, don't let it hit you, And I went, okay, thanks a lot. And I thought, gee, that was really fun. I went back to the beach, I watched the sunset. He got on the phone, he called Nintendo, he said, I got our Mario, I found him. And he only sent my tape up, and that was 26 years ago.
Woohoo! Woohoo!
26, amazingly fun. Well, actually 25, because I guess in 2016, it was 2001 was the first CES, but I auditioned in 2000. So that was just, it was just an absolute miracle for me to fall into something I had no idea what it was. And then, as we did it more and more, I fell more and more in love with the character, learned more and more about the character. And then people would come along and say, can I please talk to Luigi? And we didn't have a Luigi, we just had a Mario. And I had all this face to do, and I said, I don't know. He's probably in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. And besides, he's pretty shy. I'll ask him, though. And so I look over the side, and I don't move my mouth because that would retract the motion. I said, hey, Luigi! Yeah, what do you want? My friend wants to say hello to you. Oh, I can't really, because I'm in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs. Besides, I'm pretty shy. Oh, he says he's in the kitchen making spaghetti meatballs, and besides, he's pretty shy. And they say, oh, please, hang on. Oh, please, oh, no. He says, oh, no. So I would go I had this whole world out there, outside the screen, of the kitchen and the dining room, and then our bedrooms. You had Mario and Luigi's bedrooms there, where Luigi plays things like Haunted Mansion or scary games under the couch, or Pokemon games under the bed because he's afraid he's going to get bitten by a Pokemon or something, So I had this whole world, Dad's in the TV room, don't touch that remote control, I'm using it, There's this whole world that was going on. But then eventually they made a Luigi in real time. So now we have Mario and Luigi in real time. Then, if you happen to be at the Nintendo NYC, what used to be the Nintendo World Store, we do that live like in July and at Christmas time. So it's just such a great thing, and just to be able to see people talk to Mario. Hi Mario, how are you? Oh, I'm really good, thank you very much. I like your red hat. It's got an M on it. What's that for? It's for Mario. Oh, I got the same hat. I don't know, I just love it, The children are the miracles of life that make us remember that innocence and joy is something that I think we kind of choose. As you get older, you're an adult, we can all become these cynics, let's face it, there are bumps on the road, you can be really cynical, but why not be happy, why not be joyful, why not choose innocence? And you can always create, I think, from pain and suffering, like Picasso, like Rodin, like many of the artists in the past. But my sort of wave of thinking is create from joy, create from fun, create from gratitude, because it's more fun to do that. Why suffer? Although I do have a joke, I suffered from my art, now it's your turn, but I don't really mean it. So, does anybody want to ask me any questions? Because I can certainly, hi!
My question is, do you do your voices in your sleep?
Do I do my voice in my sleep? Thank you. Do I do my voice in my sleep? I dream as Mario. I fly as Mario in my dreams. And so sometimes I see Luigi, sometimes I have wings, and I hear the music in my dreams. But that's just some of them. Yeah, there are other times there's my other self is sort of in there dreaming away. But I do sometimes. I love to fly. I just love flying.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's a great question. Nobody's ever asked me that before. Hi, Freddy Krueger.
Hey, how you doing?
He's my match murdering friend. Hi, Freddy.
Hi. I was just wondering, what's your favorite voice to do? Is it Mario, and what's your favorite line?
It's so much Mario. I love Mario. You know, I do Parthan accent in Skyrim. You know, what brings you to the throat of the world? You know, all kinds of scary things. But you know, and read through Mamma Mia. You know, but Mario is my favorite because I love this character so much. You know, he has so much heart and so much soul and so much optimism. I always aspire to be more like him. You know, be an average guy just falling in love with a princess and spend your life in love rescuing her. You know.
That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Stomping on Goombas, right? What could be more fun? Can I ask you a question over here? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Is it okay? Oh.
Favorite Mario game to play?
Oh, that's a great question. What's my favorite Mario game to play? You know, somebody said today Super Mario Bros. Wii is their favorite. That is still my favorite game too. I love that, but I love Galaxy. But my favorite memory of a session, I think, was that golden first session in Mario 64, where I had been playing Mario in real time for 5 years, and they called me up and they said, you know, Mr. Miyamoto would like you to play Mario in a video game. And I said, woohoo! And we flew up to Seattle and we recorded this game, all the ideas bouncing back and forth from the wonderful creative people in Japan and wonderful creative people in America, and me in the studio, you know, spaghetti, ravioli, mamma mia, all these great things. So I love that game too. What's your favorite game?
I really don't know. I like all.
Oh, thank you. And thank you very much for playing my games. Woohoo!
Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hey, great message about being your own character in a game. That was really touching.
Thank you. I really believe it.
Yeah, it was really good. So you had mentioned that you'd gotten gifts from Miyamoto. What's the best gift you've gotten, most unique?
Oh, well, it's getting the role of Mario, getting to play it in the games, getting to play him in the games. You know, people so wonderful, some wonderful people that are here right now gave me a clay Mario and a clay mushroom and a drawing of Mario today. It's like, I just love these things. They're just really super sweet. You know, and you know, you often get, I've been asked to sign, in Australia I was asked to sign like 5 guys' foreheads. Sometimes people have like a tattoo of Mario. Will you sign that tattoo? I say, sure. So I sign the tattoo, and then they come back the next day with it tattoo, my signature tattoo. Yeah, I was about to do that yesterday. Wahoo! Thank you. Hi.
Hello. So we know the Mario Brothers as Mario Brothers,
Yeah.
but that title usually is for a last name. So if Mario's first name is Mario and his last name is Mario, so what's Mario's full name and what's Luigi's full name?
Mario, Luigi Mario. And we got of course a Mamma Mia Mario and a Papa Mario and a Grandmamma Mia Mario and a great Papa Mario, and of course we got a great Grandmamma Mia Mario and a great Papa Mario coming there too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Do you ever like train yourself to do other iconic voices even though you don't do them like in video games?
You know, that's a great question. Do I do other voices in my mind? No. When I was a young actor, I used to do, I became an actor, I'm convinced, because when I was like 7 years old, we were watching the Jackie Gleason show. And there's a character on there, you know, hi Joe, hello Mr. Donnie. This guy, I can't remember what his name is, he had his hat backwards like this. And so I would do that, my mother would fall on the floor laughing. And I think that was the beginning for me. It's like, oh, make your mom laugh. But you know, I do it as a profession, and I never use the Mario voice out of character, out of you know, to order pizza or anything, you know.
That'd be funny.
I admire other voice talent so much. I mean, these guys that I meet that do these incredible voices. You know, and Mel Blanc is like the hero of all voiceover talent. You know, but
yeah.
I'm not good at imitating, and it's an amazing thing. Even people who are, I was good at one point. Goofy. I could do Goofy really well. You know, and I auditioned for that for Disney, and a friend of mine was actually casting it as the sound-alikes. And I said to him, Ned, I thought I nailed that Goofy thing. He goes, you sounded more like Goofy than anybody else. And so, why didn't I get the job? He goes, I don't know. because you weren't goofy enough. You know what I mean? You sounded like him, but you weren't the character. And there's sometimes a great impressionist does an impression. Doesn't sound exactly like it, but he's got the soul of that person in there. And that's what I have never been able to do. I can create my own, but I can't do other people's things. Yeah. Thank you for asking. Hey. Yeah. I like your outfit. You look great. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
My question was, without trying to get you in trouble for asking, can you tell us where Mario's next adventure will be taking you?
Oh, can I tell you where? Yes, but then I would never have a job again. I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I'm just a voiceover talent. I don't know any secrets about anything. I find out about launches on Nintendo.com. That's the easiest thing in the world. That way I keep myself out of trouble. These days it's a different world. There's with Facebook and Twitter. Guys like 10 years ago would start tweeting. Oh, I just auditioned for a Disney film, and Disney would go, what? It's totally top secret. Everything in our industry is totally top secret. They have code name for things. They have only certain people know about things. I mean, it's super secretive because the element of surprise and joy and fun gets lost if anybody, discloses it. But, nowadays you sign non-disclosure agreements when you audition for something. Yeah, because they're really serious. It's like, this is top secret. So I can tell you one thing, though. It's going to be so much fun. It just keeps getting better. That I can promise you. It just keeps getting better. That's what blows me away. It just keeps getting better. So hold on to your hats.
I agree.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Great, thank you.
Do you remember the first time that you got recognized in public?
Yes, I do. Thank you for asking. It's so funny because I'm just a guy. Some people come up to my table and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous to meet you because you represent my childhood, and I'm so empathetic with that because I can't walk up to somebody. I'm very shy that way. But at the same time, for me, it's like I'm just a guy. I mean, really, truly, I'm just a guy. And I've been doing Mario's voice for maybe like 10 years or something. We were doing a Mario in real time at E3, and I was doing Mario in real time, and playing around and horsing around with people. And then I was walking through to go get lunch, and someone said, "Excuse me, are you Charles Martinet?" Sort of tapped me on the shoulder. I said, "Oh, yes, I am." And I thought, "Do I know you from somewhere?" He goes, "You're the voice of Mario." I said, "Yes, I am." Yeah. He goes, "Oh, can I have your autograph?" And I said, "Sure. I don't have a pen or paper though." He goes, "That's all right, I've got a game." And he pulls his knapsack out and he has a game and he has a pen and he goes, I said, "Sure, I'll sign this. What's your name?" Bob. Hey, Bob, you're number one. And I thought, how do you sign that? Oh yeah, Mario and Charles Martinet. And I finished signing. I said, "Is that okay?" And I went like this, and there were like 25 people standing behind him. And the security guard was bringing a table and a chair out for me to sit down. And I'm like, what? And I just sat there going like this until I had to go to stop the lunch break and go back to work. And I was like, nobody was more surprised than I. Really, I was so shocked. Yeah, it's so great. I mean, really, and thank you for being Mario fans. And because of you, I get to keep playing and having fun. So thanks.
Thank you.
Woohoo! Thank you. Hi.
Hi. Are you friends with any of the other voice actors who act in Mario, like Peach?
No, I have no friends at all. I'm against friends. No. I met Jen Taylor at one of these shows, and that was great. I see these other, in the old days of acting, when you were cartoon acting, and the early days of video game, there were early games. There was like enough for like, that was your sound. But in the old cartoon days, you had everybody got a microphone, and the loudest guy had to stay in the drummer room, nowadays you record one person in the studio at a time. So once in a while I see people going in as I'm going out, I say, "Oh, hi, how are you?" And that's about it, But they're all nice people. They never hit me. No, it's really sweet though. Thank you for asking. Yeah, thanks. It was really fun in the old days to just sit there chatting with everybody, as you went, because then everybody would improv and everybody would horse around and start getting. Actors are really fun people, I work with voice actors a lot, but when I see actors like that are here at this place, like Damien and Nick and Kevin and all these people, they're really great people.